Hello, welcome back if you joined us for our last broadcast. Uh, Here we are with Stonemaier Games' Tapestry. Now, you've probably heard about this one, a lot of hype around this game. Whether that's worth it or not, it's for you to decide. For me, I just watched a lot of the information, how the game played, and I thought it would be interesting enough for me to want to check out. So I got this through a direct pre-order on the Stonemaier site. Looks beautiful, as you can see, and this is coming into retail in November. So here we can see the main board, these nice curved edges, the player boards, and then the painted miniatures that are in there. We'll zoom back out, get the shrink wrap off, and have a look inside the box. I also did get a couple of packs of extra dice. They just came like this, just in that pack there. So that's how they came. Here we go. Has a nice number on the front there of printing. 3,000, nearly 4,000 out of the first 2,500. Oh, sorry, 25,000. That would not make sense. Now, one of the things is that was bigged up in this game is the 4-page rulebook. Sorry, I just tried to suppress a hiccup. So as you can see, there's the front page, again with that lovely material that the Wingspan rulebook was in. Gameplay, and there we go. So whether that's all you'll need, there is quite a large reference guide here. So kind of adds on a little bit, really. 2 of those. So I guess we'll be passing those around. The Automa, again, very short rulebook for them. The Shadow Empire variant. Interesting. To add, for 2 human players, you can include the Shadow Empire, a very simple artificial opponent. Right, well, this is jam-packed full. So we have the custom dice here. One I think is military, one is science, and one is miscellaneous. They look very nice. We have some, are these the starting civs, I believe? Oh, they're very kind of matte to the touch. You can almost hear that. The alchemists, the futurists, the isolationists, mystics, architects, heralds. Are those architects of the West Kingdom? Oh, militants, love their tanks, and so on and so forth. Have an absolute load of bags. Oh, it's all packed in. Some cards. Imagine some of these will be for the solo game modes. Are these might be the Tapestry cards this era. Yeah, looks like it. And then some crib cards, some cheat sheet cards. Okay. Big Hero 6, as someone else pointed out. There we go. I think this might be technology, air conditioning, ammonia, some bakery, a barn, lithium-ion battery. Excellent. Siegecraft. Now, despite it being billed as a Civ game and there being some things like warships, the combat is a little limited. Now, these look like solo game mode stuff to me. I think what you do is you put them together like that, and that tells you what's going on, but don't take my word for it. But that's what I seem to remember seeing somewhere. So that might be some of the solo components there. And then here we have the board and some more. Get nervous because he's getting his knife out. Where shall I make the incision, Doctor? Where I can do the least damage. So far, the component quality has been excellent in terms of cards, the material used. So these go alongside your player board. They're made with the same kind of stuff card with the kind of, I don't know what you'd call it really, wetland, mountain, tropical treats, desert, grassland, and forêt. I think this is where the big buildings go on that board. Then the player boards, again, exactly the same material. That is Automa, so that's the one is Maker of Fire. So you're going to play your Tapestry cards along here, and yeah, looks great. Get rid of the plastic. We have the tiles that go on the board. Oh, not as many as I thought, but punches out brilliantly. And I believe, I don't know if I can find any right now, but I believe on these there's some Easter eggs. See if I can spot any. Like Thor's hammer was in Scythe, I think. And there's definitely some in here. If you look carefully, you may find them. Not seeing anything yet. Mind you, I'm just doing a cursory glance. Some of you can get into space, which is cool. Not everyone though. Oh, there's a horse there, but I don't know what that's about. Oh, who's this guy? Let's have a look. Can you see him there? Looks like the guy out of Futurama. I'm sure it's not. And here's this board with the rounded edges that it's just a small thing, but it looks great. So there's one side, one of the tracks, or half of them, and you're building onto this board. Actually, the hexes are smaller than I thought they would be, just from seeing other hex games. No other reason to say that other than that, really. And here we have the painted minis, a bit of tape there, and the normal size minis as well. So we have these kind of cut player pieces in various colours. These are plastic actually, resources or markers, not resources. So those are all player colours. So we'll get some of these out. If I can open a plastic bag, that would be handy. Okay, so just pop them on here for now. We'll zoom in a bit as well to get more of the detail. Should have done that on that tile, shouldn't I? Then we might be able to work out if that was the professor from Futurama. Anyone know? Anyone know if the professor from Futurama is on there? So we have the red player bits to go on a board to claim territories. If you go in someone else's and conquer them, it just stays on the board laid down. And then just plastic cubes in each of the colours. We have these plastic markers for various tracks that were on your player board in terms of resources. I'm guessing food, Big Hero 6s and mushrooms. Got to keep your workers fed with mushrooms. Otherwise, you know what can happen. And then various different designed little houses. So, different types there. Have a look at a couple of those. So we have the wooden one there, and we have a more rocky one there, and you're going to be placing those like kind of onto that sideboard where you have those player dots. And then of course we've got the painted minis here. Really nice quality on those. Big tower. Space shuttle. Tenor array. I'm just guessing. Love Shack, and so on and so forth. So that is a quick look at what's inside the Tapestry box. It is a very hyped game. Whether that hype is worth it, I will find out as soon as I play it. Like I say, I've not bought into the hype, so I'm hoping that I will just enjoy it for the gameplay. But we shall see. Thanks very much for joining us on Zatu, and we will see you again in the future. If you're at Tabletop Live, come and say hello to us. Thanks very much. Bye.